Okay, now we'll begin with the session. Um, I'll share my screen. Okay, so yesterday we went through we have seen the points, the technical points like what is poetry, what is kavya in Sanskrit, what is padya in Sanskrit, and we saw how the meters are formed, how the poetries are bound with the meters, how the poetries in Sanskrit, how the verses in Sanskrit are bound with the meters, bound in meters, and we also covered the point that the shloka, the difference between shloka and padya. So shloka is any verse that is constructed in anushtup chanda necessarily. All other verses can be called as padya or kavya, but shloka is one that is constructed in anushtup chanda. And we also saw how the meters are differentiated, how the different meters have different rhythm, different melody. Okay, so today we will start with the point what is Chitrakavya. We know that our workshop is named as Sanskrit Chitrakavyas. So what is Chitrakavya? Our word is divided into two different words, Chitra and Kavya. So Kavya, we all know Kavya is a poetry, and Chitra can be translated as variety. So Chitra means variety. Chitra also means colorful, and Chitra also means a picture. Okay, so to roughly translate this word Chitra Kavya, we can translate this word as a variety of poetry, colorful poetry, or a picture based poetry. Okay. For Chitra Kavyas, we have different kinds of poetry. So we have variety of poetries. For example, we have Samasya Purti, we have Kuta Shloka. So where the shloka apparently shloka is apparently seems to be useless or meaningless, but it has some intended meaning. We have Chitra Bandha, where the shloka is constructed into some kind of figure, some geometrical figures, some natural figures like flowers, birds, arrow, some kind of chakra. So that is Chitra Bandha. Then Prahelika, like the riddles we know riddles in English. So riddles like poetry, that is Prahelika. So these are some type of Chitra Kavyas. Now, Sanskrit has variety of Chitra Kavyas, and we have selected only 5 types among them. But before moving to our first type, I'd like to let you know about a different kind of, a unique kind of literary game in our ancient India. So Chitra Kavyas mainly flourished due to Avadhanam, the art of Avadhanam. Many people among you might know what Avadhanam is. Many people among you might know Shatavadhani or Ganeshji, or there are many Shatavadhanis, Ashtavadhanis, Sahasravadhanis in India. So Avadhanam is an art where a poet performs an extempore poetry. It is an art of extempore poetry. Okay. So the poet is called as Avadhani. One who performs Avadhana is Avadhani. And that Avadhani receives different situations. For example, he receives the current topic. For example, heat wave. He might receive this topic as a topic for his poetry, and he is given one chanda. For example, the pritchaka, one who asks the questions, one who puts him in different situations. That kind of pritchaka may ask that construct a shloka in maybe Bandakranta Vritta describing heat wave, today's heat wave, and that poet has to perform that action, that poet has to think, that poet has to construct the poetry, and at the same time that poet has to answer some questions, that poet has to perform some mathematical work like plus minus, or completing a square like Sudoku. So this is an avadhanam, and all these things are run simultaneously. So that is ashtavadhana. For example, if there are 8 pritchakas, if there are 8 8 people who question, then that is Ashtavadhana. So these 8 people ask that poet simultaneously. So one says construct this kind of poetry in this meter, other asks some questions regarding Sanskrit, other asks some questions regarding current affairs. So this is how Avadhana is performed. And Avadhana was patronized in ancient India. So many kings, especially Vikramaditya, was very fond of Avadhanis. He would respect Avadhanis, and many poets are many poets have been performing Avadhanam from since ancient time. So this Chitrakavya, the kind of type of Chitrakavya flourished it during this period of Avadhanam. And even today, we have many Avadhanis, Chatavadhanis, Ashtavadhanis, Sahasravadhani as well, who perform this kind of Avadhanam live. It is live. It is not scripted. It is never pre-planned. It is live. It is extempore. Okay. So where does this Chitrakavya belong? So these Chitrakavyas, these kind of Chitrakavyas mainly belong to the art of Avadhanam. Now we'll move towards today's first kind, that is Samasya Purti. Anyone among you know about Samasya Purti? Anything about Samasya Purti? You may raise your hand so that Rahul will give a permission to unmute. Or
you can unmute yourself
anyone can guess what Samasya Purti? Yeah, or anyone can guess the meaning of Samasya Purti. What could be Samasya Purti?
Is it something like riddle?
It's not like riddle. Riddle is Prahelika.
Problem solving.
Yeah.
There is
yes,
a problem to be solved.
Yeah. What kind of problem? Yes, Gitanjali ji, Srishti ji, you may speak.
Kakha Gagha Kalidasa's example is there. Could that be Samasya Purti?
Okay, might be.
Something that is asked in Ashtanga.
In
the Avadhana.
Avadhana, yeah. Samasya Purti is a part of Avadhanam, but what kind of, what Samasya, what is the problem? Which kind of problem can be given? Which kind of problems are there? Are there daily problems? For example, I'm feeling stressed.
Different from questionnaire.
Someone is trying to answer.
Yeah. So I think Chitrakavya say that, hey, on the heat wave situation, right away, the first pada you should start with ka or ga, something like that.
That is not Samasya Purti. That is called as Dattapadi.
Okay.
Yeah, Abhijit Pandit.
It could probably be a situation where it may seem difficult, that let's say man is flying, for example. It is man has to fly. It's something impossible that may appear impossible in the beginning, but there may be a way to solve it.
Yeah. Perfect. Yes. For example, there is Samasya, very famous Samasya. Mrugat Simhaha Palayate. Mrugat is from a deer. Simhaha, a lion. Palayate, runs away. So how can a lion run away from a deer? How can a lion be afraid of deer and run away? So that this is not possible in everyday situation. But the poet has to justify his situation, and to justify that situation, he has to construct something. He has to construct the poetry. He has to construct a shloka or any padya in given chanda. Okay. So we'll see what Samasya Purti is. Okay, so this is playful, and even it is, again, these are some mythical stories about Kalidasa, Bhasa, and these poets, because we do not know history about these poets. We find some references, some scattered things about these poets. So it is said that the Kalidasa was one of the 9 gems from Vikramaditya's patronized 9 gems, and he was given some situations, he was given some samasya, and then he tried to fulfill that those samasya, and many shlokas are there which are famous today, and they are attributed to Kalidasa, but we do not know historically whether they are really whether they really belong to Kalidasa. But these kind of playful situation, these kind of playful verses have been these kind of playful verses have been constructed in since ancient times. So the poet receives from Pritchakas or from a king, from Pritchaka, the poet receives one quarter, one charana. We have learned what charana or pada mean. Yesterday we have covered that part. So one pada, only one quarter of the poetry as a challenge. Okay. And that quarter is one liner. It doesn't make any sense. For example, Mrugasyuha palayate. Does that make sense? Does the lion run away from a deer? Never. Or Shatachandram Nabhastalam. Do we see, or do hundreds of moons appear in the sky really? No. We have never, we have never seen this kind of situations. So that quarter doesn't make any sense. That quarter might seem to be nonsense, but the poet has to use his or her intellect and construct the verse in such a way that the quarter given automatically becomes meaningful. The quarter given automatically becomes becomes a contextual one. Okay, so the poet takes up the challenge and creates other 3 quarters. So we have 4 quarters totally, but 4 pada, 4 charana in any shloka, in any padya. So 1 quarter is received, and the poet has to construct other 3 quarters, other 3 padas, and those 3 padas should one set of statement. Okay, so it magically becomes meaningful. That one line can also in that poetry, even one line can justify even the one line can be justified by all the 3 lines. Okay, so we will see how samasya purti is, or what kind of samasyas are there, the famous samasyas, and what kind of shlokas have been constructed. Okay, so the samasya is tham 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 tham. Okay, anyone know this samasya? Anyone have heard this samasya?
Yes, I have heard. Bhojaraja once gives only this tatam tatam tam, tatatam tatatam. So Kalidasa constructs this shloka.
Yes, again, that's why I mentioned. Yes, Bhoja Prabandha mentions that this shlok belongs to Kalidasa. Again, we do not know, we historically do not know, we cannot claim that Kalidasa has constructed this, but mythically or traditionally, this shloka has been attributed to Kalidasa. So what is Thatam Thatam Tham Thatatam Thatam Thaha? This whole line, so this whole quarter is made up of only one syllable, th, only one consonant, th, and it doesn't contain any word at all. It is only some sound. It's like some sound, tha thum thathum thum thathathum thathum tha, and it has some rhythm, but it doesn't have any meaning. Okay, now as according to Bhoja Prabandha, Kalidasa constructed other 3 pada, other 3 charana as follows: Ramabhisheke Jalamaharantya Hastachyuto Hemaghato Yuvatyaha Sopana Margena Karoti Shabdam Thatham Thatham Tham Thathatham Thatham Thaha. Okay, now Kalidasa constructed, or the poet constructed, a beautiful situation. He picturized a beautiful situation in this poetry, in this verse, that the coronation ceremony of Rama is going to begin in some hours, And for the coronation, for Abhishekar, Rajyabhisheka, many pots full of water from all the rivers, from all over the country are brought. Okay, so many ladies have been carrying these pots to Rama's palace. That palace has many stairs. Okay, that palace has a huge staircase. Now, what kind of pots are they? These are golden pots. So these are made of metal. Okay, so this samasya given here is taken as onomatopic, as an onomatopic word, as a it is in Sanskrit it is called as nadanusari, some line or some sound. Okay, so it imitates certain sound. Tha thum tha thum thum tha tha thum tha thum tha. It imitates certain sound. Okay, so the poet whom this samasya was presented perceived this resemblance between some metallic thing falling off a staircase. Tha thum tha thum thum tha tha thum tha thum tha. For example, pot rolling down from a staircase, it will make this kind of sound. Tha thum tha thum thum thum. Okay, and imagining this kind of situation, that poet composed this the verse in this way, that at the time of coronation ceremony of Rama, a golden pot fell down from a staircase from hands of a young lady. That lady was sitting somewhere in golden pot for coronation ceremony for Rajyabhisheka of Rama, and due to her excitement, that pot fall down. Okay, that pot fell down, and from the staircase, that golden pot, that metallic pot came down. How it came down, making the sound as tha thum tha thum thum tha tha thum tha thum tha. So this line doesn't have meaning, but it is converted into a meaningful onomatopic word. The word that is imitating certain sound, that is imitating a sound of metallic thing falling off a staircase. And using this situation, that poet or Kalidasa constructed this beautiful poetry, Ramabhisheke. So at the time of coronation of Rama, jalam aharantya, jalam water, aharantya while bringing. So while bringing water, hastat chuto, hastat from the hands, chuto fell. Hema ghato, hema is gold and ghata is a pot. Hema ghato yuvatyaha, of the young lady. So at the time of Rama's coronation, a young lady was bringing water from the pot, and that pot fell down from her hands. Sopana margena. So that pot fell down from the staircase. Sopana is stairs. So sopana margena karoti shabdam. So that fell down, that pot fell down, making this noise, making this kind of sound. What kind of sound? Shabda is sound here. So what kind of sound is? It is, that sound is tha thum tha thum thum tha tha thum tha thum tha. Okay.
The video and audio just proves when you are explaining the staircase word.
Okay.
If you can explain from that again.
Okay, I'll repeat. Yeah, I'll repeat. So sopana margena. Sopana means staircase. Margena from the way. So sopana margena. So that pot fell down. It came down by the way of staircase. Okay, it fell down from staircase. And how did it fell, or how did it came down? It came down making this noise. Karoti shabdam. Karoti, it does the sound. It sounds. How does it sound? Shabdam. Tha thum tha thum thum tha tha thum tha thum tha. Imagine a situation where you're dropping some metallic thing from a staircase and it's coming down making the sound. that sound resembles to this kind of composition. Tha thum, tha thum thum, tha tha thum, tha thum tha. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is samasya. So this is samasya. Samasya means a problem given. And this is samasya purti. So this is the fulfillment. This is making that samasya complete, making that given situation complete, making that given situation meaningful. And we have a lot of samasya in Sanskrit. We have a lot of and again one samasya can have many solutions according to many poets, because people do not think in same way. Some poet perceive this thatam thatam thum as a sound of metallic thing. Other poet might perceive anything else. So there is no again, there are no watertight compartments about samasya, that this samasya has to be solved like this. No, it can have various ways, and that is we are going to learn in the next samasya. So our next samasya is Shatachandram Nabhastalam. Geetanjali ji, do you have any question?
The story I had heard about the same sound, ta tum ta tum 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 ta ta ta. That one I had heard in a different manner, and that this problem was solved in this manner. That the poet said that the queen was coming down the stairs with a sandal paste ball in her hand, and it fell down, making this sound. I don't know, like this is the verse I had read about, so I just wanted to share.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it is again a beautiful situation. Okay, our next samasya is, thank you Gitanjali ji for sharing this kind of sharing this information with us. Okay, now our next samasya is Shatachandram Nabhastalam. It means this is an again imaginary situation, and the samasya, meaning of this samasya is the plane of sky. Nabhastalam means the plane of sky has hundreds of moons. Shata Chandram, Shata 100, Chandra moon. So the meaning of samasya is the plane of sky has hundreds of moons. Again, this is impossible situation in a real world, in a real nature. Okay. Now again, some poet solved that samasya in following way. दामोदर कराघात विह्वलीकृत चेतसा दृष्टं चाणूरमल्लेन शतचन्द्रं नभस्थलम्. I'll repeat. दामोदर कराघात विह्वलीकृत चेतसा दृष्टं चाणूरमल्लेन शतचन्द्रं नभस्थलम्. If you are familiar with Hindi language, here that poet used this Chatachandram Nabhastalam as the proverb as din mein tare dikhana. Okay, so din mein tare dikhana has some different meaning, but the situation is really similar here. Okay, so one para of samasya, one solution to this samasya is this damodara karaghata vivalikrita chetasa drushtam chanura mallena shatachandram nabhastalam. Now this parihara, this samasya purti refers to the Krishna's story. Okay, so Krishna killed a devil called Chanura. Kausa Chanura Mardanam, we know that shloka. So Chanura was a malla. He was a pahalwan. He was a malla, and he was a devil, and Krishna killed him. Okay, so he was a devil from court of Kausa, and he was a wrestler. He was really well versed, or he was expert in wrestling. Okay, and the situation of Chanura is explained in this shloka. So how Chanura felt when Krishna was killing him, Krishna was defeating him in wrestling. Okay, so when Damodara, so Damodara is another epithet of Krishna. When Damodara hit hard onto the chest of Chanura, so while wrestling, he hit hard on his chest, Chanura's chest, with his hand. Damodara kara aghata. Damodara Krishna kara hand aghata, hitting hard onto the chest. Okay, chetasa. So when Damodara hit hard onto the chest of Chanura with his hand, the devil was distressed. Vihvalikrita. The devil was distressed, feeling uneasy and fainted. Damodara karaghata vihvalikrita chetasa. And he fell down. Drishtam Chanura Mallena. He fell down on floor and saw hundreds of moon on the plane of sky. So as I said, it is similar to Din Mein Tare Dikhana. Okay, so whenever we hit hard, or someone hits hard on to someone, that person might see something, roaming around their eyes like moon, something like that. So that is Din Mein Tare Dikhana. So this situation, Sharachandram Namastalam was converted as Din Mein Tare Dikhana. Okay, so the Chanura Malla, the wrestler Chanura, saw hundreds of moons on the plane of sky when he was hit hard by Krishna. This is again a situational thing. This depends on the situation. So this is one of the pariharas. This is one of the solutions to this samasya. Now we'll go towards second purti. This is also an interesting. This is also a beautiful parihara, beautiful solution to the Shatachandram Nabhastalam. So it is chalat taranga rangayam gangayam pratibimbitam sachandram shobhate tyartham Shatachandram Nabhastalam. Now in this poetry, that poet is describing river Ganga. Okay, so the reflection of sky, now sky has only one moon. Okay, so the reflection of sky with the moon, Sachandram Nabhastalam. So the reflection of sky with the moon in the river of Ganga having continuous waves. So that waves, those continuous waves are making an illusion of hundreds of moon in the sky. So for example, if you see any river which is continuously flowing and which is, really flowing hard, if you see the reflection of sky into that river, you will see there are moons in the river. It is multiple reflection is there. So again, if someone is looking to the river, that person might feel that the sky has hundreds of moons because of that continuous flow, because of that continuous waves that are created on the river in the river of Ganga. So this is yet another solution to Shatachandram Nabhastalam. Chalat taranga rangayam. So chalat is continuously flowing. Taranga is wave. Rangayam. So that river is looking beautiful due to these continuous waves. Chalat taranga rangayam. In that kind of Gangayam, pratibimbitam, reflected. Sachandram shobhate. So the sky which is reflected into the river, that sky is Sachandra. The sky has moon. The sky is having a moon. Shobhate. It looks beautiful in that river, in those waves. And due to these continuous waves, we feel shobhate ityartham Shatachandram Nabhastalam. And that beautiful sky, it seems like that sky is having hundreds of moon because one moon is reflected in each of its taranga, in each of its wave. And therefore we see hundreds of moon on the plane of sky, but that sky is reflected in the river. Okay. Now we have yet another. So we will complete this solution and then we'll come to Haripriya ji because she has raised hand. The last solution to this samasya is pidhehi shitaanshum yavan nayati me priyaha agate daite kuryaha Shatachandram Nabhastalam. So here a virahini is playing to the vidhi, to the nature. So that virahini means a lady who is away from her beloved. That lady is praying to the nature or Brahmadeva, O Vidhi, Vidhi means Brahmadeva or the nature. O Vidhi, Vidhe, please cover the moon. Vidhehi Shitanshu. Shitanshu is another name for moon. Vidhe, Vidhehi Shitanshu. So why should nature cover the moon? Why should that nature should not show the moon? Because so she says that please cover that moon till my lover appears. So till until my lover appears, until my husband or my lover comes to me, please cover that moon. But once he arrives, agate daite, once he arrives, make the sky glorious with hundreds of moons. So again, moon has a kavi samaya. Kavi samaya means the in the Sanskrit poetry, the moon is a symbol of love. The moon is a symbol of union of lovers. But this lady is virahini. This lady is away from her lover. This lady is away from her beloved, and therefore if she looks at the moon, she is recalling, she is remembering of all the memories of her lover or of her husband. So she requests Vidhi, she requests nature that please for a while, please cover that moon, because I don't want to miss my lover. He is away from me. I'm really feeling sad because he is away. And so till he arrives, please close him, please cover him. But once he arrives, you should make the sky glorious with hundreds of moons. So this is a request to nature by a virahini. Yes, Haripriyaji.
I just wanted to ask one question here. Nabhasthalam, if we write Mahaprana, would it be would that also be right,
Yes,
or
yes, that
only
is also
Nabhasthalam only? Hmm?
yes, yes, that is also right. Nabhastalam will be more accurate.
Nabhaha talam.
Yes, Nabhastalam. Nabhastalam is samasa. It is a compound.
Ah. And one more question. These I find these to be anuprasa. There is anuprasa.
Yes,
Here,
anuprasa. Yeah. Here in the Chalattaranga Rangaya.
Ah.
Because see, this kind of anuprasa immediately makes you feel like you are seeing some wavy things, you are talking about some wavy things. So chalat taranga rangayam gangayam pratibimbitam sachandram shobhatetyartham chatachandram nabhastalam. So the anuprasa automatically gives you a feeling that you are riding on something, like it is a wavy ride. So it is. Please show the Sanskrit verses. Yes, we have Sanskrit verses.
And here also this vidhe pidhehi. So there also that
Yes.
dhakara repetition, that is also
Yes. Alliteration.
anuprasa.
Yeah. Yeah, anuprasa, alliteration. Repetition of one sound. Okay, now another samasya. Mrugat simhaha palayate. Mrugat simha palayate. So, Mrugat simha palayate means a lion runs away from a deer. Now, how? We have samasya purti here. Samane samanatvam bhavita kalahe mama iti matva dhruvam mani mrugat simha palayate. Okay, so here the thoughts of lion are expressed in this shloka. Okay, in this anushtup vritta. Asamane samanatvam. If I fight with the deer, it will be an unequal fight, because simha, the lion, is always stronger than a deer. Deer is a weaker animal, really. Weaker animal. So if I fight with these kind of animals, it will be an unequal fight. Now lion is the king of the jungle. So if I fight with the deer, it will be an unequal fight. Asamane samanatvam bhavita kalahe mama. Having thought in this way, iti matva means having thought in this way, the proud lion, mani. So here mani is a peculiar word that is used by the poet. So yesterday I explained about Jaya. Similarly, in this verse, mani is a key word. This mani means one who has a pride, one who is proud about oneself. So mani is a key word for all, the whole verse. Why would lion think like this, that I will fight with a weaker, I won't fight with a weaker animal, because he has a proud of one's himself. He takes pride in his valor. Therefore, iti matva dhruvam. Dhruvam matva is he firmly thinks in this way. Iti matva dhruvam mani. So the proud lion runs away from a deer. Why does a lion runs away? Because he doesn't want to have a fight with a weaker animal. He will always have a fight with an equal animal who is equal in the strength. So to avoid the fight and insult resulting from unjustified fight. So lion is a king, a deer is a normal an ordinary animal in the jungle. So the king won't fight with any ordinary person. King will fight with the king. So this kind of justified, so that the lion will always lead to a justified fight. And to avoid this unjustified fight, that to avoid this insult that will be result from that kind of fight, from that unequal fight, the lion runs away from that mruga. Lion runs away from the deer. Then again yet another samasya purti. Hina hatya dadhatyeva laghavam mahatamapi iti matva dvipadveshi mrugat simhaha palayate. Now again here the same context, the same sense is expressed. The same sense from this verse is expressed in this verse as well, in the second verse as well, in the second padya as well. Hina hatya, killing weaker people. Dadhati, it means it gives. Eva, it firmly gives. Laghavam mahatamapi. So if a person, if killing a deprived individual brings the respect of great people down. Hina hatya means killing the deprived. Hina hatya, deprived, and hatya means killing. Dadhati eva, it gives, it results into laghavam mahatamapi. Mahatam is the greater people. So that brings greater people to laghava. Laghava means being a small, being with lesser respect. So laghavam mahatamapi. Hina hatya dadhatyeva laghavam mahatamapi iti matva. So having thought about this, so thinking like this, dvipadveshi, again in the previous verse we had a keyword mani. In this verse we have a keyword dvipadveshi. Dvipadveshi means one who is an enemy of the elephant. Dvipa is elephant and dveshi is one who hates elephants, one who is the enemy of elephants. Okay. So iti matva vipadveshi simhaha mrugat palayate. Mrugat simhaha palayate. So again the thoughts in the mind of lion have been expressed. Killing a deprived individual brings respect of great people down. This is the thought. This is a subhashita. Ideally this is a subhashita. Iti matva, having thought in this way, dvipadveshi, the enemy of elephants. So from this word, from the word dvipadveshi, the poet wants to express that this lion has guts of hating this lion has a guts to fight with the elephants. This lion is not a weaker one. He is the enemy of elephants, and although he can enemy of giant creature, that lion that lion runs away from deer, an ordinary animal, a weaker animal, just to save the deprived ones and prove one's kingness, prove his own, being a king, to protect his prestige. So we have two verses having the same meaning, two verses that express the same meaning. Both the verses are fulfilling, both the verses are justifying the same situation, but both the verses have been expressed slightly in different way. Both the verses have slightly a different context, main context. So here it is asamane samanatvam bhavita kalahe mama iti matva dhruvam mani mrugat simha palayate. So here mani is a word, it means proud animal, having a pride. And in the next verse, hina hatya dadhatyeva laghavam mahatamapi iti matva dvipadveshi mrugat simha palayate. Okay.
Recording experiment பண்ணிட்டு
Now we are having the last verse. So before that, Gitanjali ji, yeah.
I was just thinking of a situation where this can be solved. So I had some idea came to my mind, like it could be that as it's the monsoon season and the lightning is striking the tree in the forest, and when that happens, the lion leaves the deer and runs away.
Nice.
That was something that came to my mind, so I just shared.
Yes. So anyone among you are thinking of any solution? You might not use Sanskrit. You might not construct a Sanskrit verse like Gitanjali ji expressed her own thought. Any one of you want to share how you will solve a samasya using any situation or any samasya?
Yeah, probably the lion would have noticed. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
The lion would have noticed a hunter behind the deer and it would have run away.
Yeah, okay. Thanks. Yeah. Any other? Yes, Srushti ji.
Can I speak? If a herd of hyenas come and threaten the lion would run away from the deer.
Yes. Yes,
Maybe the lion have been had enough food that his tummy is completely filled. That's why he ran away from the deer because he didn't want any fun.
Okay. Yes, that might be one solution. Any solution to tatham tatham because in a Sanskrit poetry, this samasya has really less purtis. Tatham tatham.
The school children running after the school bell ringing.
Yeah, really creative. That bell rings like tatham tatham tam. Yeah, someone else.
Yeah, we used to hear of one shloka in childhood. It ends with guluguk guluguk guluguk.
Yes, guluguk guluguk gulu.
And then the complete form of that is jambu falani pakwani patanti vimale jale kapi kampita shakhabhyam guluguk guluguk gulu.
Yes.
It makes a sound like that.
Will you be able to explain for others who do not know Sanskrit or who are not familiar with Sanskrit?
There is a river, and by the side there is a jambu vriksha. Jambu vriksha is jamun, I think. And then there are monkeys sitting on top of the tree, and they keep on shaking the branches. And when they shake the branches, the fruits fall one by one into the water, and while they fall, they make the sound gulgu, gulgu, gulgu.
Yes. That is again onomatopic word.
The first one.
Yes, bulugu bulugu. Yes. Anyone among you want to share any thought again?
There's a story in the Panchatantra where the first book of Panchatantra, Mitrabhed, in which the lion goes to drink water, but hears a big sound and gets scared and comes away.
Yeah. The the lion hears the sound of the bull.
Yes, the bull, and he gets scared. But there is an emboxed story in this that actually one day a fox hears a big sound, goes near a drum, which is basically a war drum, which is broken, and one of the branches of the tree is hitting against the drum and making the sound. So maybe this could be put as the sound is.
But the drum doesn't sound like tha thum tha thum thum. The drum will sound like dha 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 dha. So using dha or tha, the drum doesn't make tha sound. Ideally. Again, there is no.
And ma'am, there is one thing. There is after the exams, all the students are very happy that the vacation is starting. So they throw their tiffin boxes down the stairs. To show that they are happy.
Really creative. Yes, really creative.
Can I give another explanation?
Yeah, sure.
In India, as you might have seen, ladies queue up to collect the water in pots. So a naughty boy comes with a stick and makes noise just to irritate the ladies. Something like that.
Yes. Yeah, someone was.
And the Thatam can be expressed as if there is a very big celebration on a particular event and the sound is predominated by this sound, as it can be a tabla.
Again, tabla will have the sound. So that kind of sound tabla makes.
Or any other instrument which can make the sound.
Other instrument, yeah, metallic instrument. Maybe a bell, maybe a triangle we have. That kind of instrument might make a thatam sound. Yeah, Gitanjali. Yeah.
So I was thinking of the tatam tatam tam. So the Radhaji is filled her pot with water, and she is walking back to the village. And on the way, she sees Krishna, and under the vata tree, on the stones, her pot falls, making the sound tatam tatam tam.
Yes, Shreya.
Ma'am, mainly in some melas and all, they have a special kind of instruments like tala they use during their bhajans and all. So that also can make the sound ta tum ta tum tum ta ta tum.
Very good. Very good. Yes, you're right. Okay, we'll come to the last verse of the day, last padya of the day. It is really beautiful. I personally like this one because here our samasya has been converted into a saying, a proverb. Okay, so Tishtarjunadya sangrame tva hanishyamyaham sharaihi tishtami karna kim moodha dugasimha palayate. So this is a rhetorical question. This samasya has been converted really smartly into a rhetorical question. Here, the small, see the glory of Sanskrit language, only 32 syllables are used, only Anushtup Chanda is used, but a beautiful dialogue, really proud dialogue is expressed in this verse, in these only two lines, in these only 32 syllables, using 32 syllables. So here, Tishtha Arjuna Adya Sangrame Tva Hanishami Aham Sharaihi. So this is a dialogue by Karna. Karna says, "O Arjuna, wait, tishtha. Adya, today, aham," so aham is here, "aham tva sharaihi hanishyami." So, "O Arjuna, wait. Today I'm going to hit you. I'm going to kill you with my arrows, using my arrows. Tishtha Arjuna adya sangrame tva hanishyami aham sharaihi." Now Arjuna is giving an answer. Arjuna is replying to Karna. Tishtami Karna. "O Karna, I'm waiting here. I'm waiting here. Tishtami Karna kim mudha." So mudha is used for Karna. "O fool, does a lion runs away from a deer? I'm waiting here for you. I will not run away from this yuddha, from this war. Does a lion runs away from a deer?" So here this line of samasya is treated as a proverb, is treated as a rhetorical question. That is called as rupaka. So for example, the Karna says that, "Arjuna, I'm going to kill you today." So he conveys that do not fear. So do not afraid, or do not get afraid of me. Do not run away from the. He suggests that you will be afraid of me. You will go away. You will run away from me. So that Karna is suggesting Arjuna. Karna is making Arjuna feel insecure, but Arjuna is really, uh, uh, it is really Tejasvi. Arjuna is really Tejasvi. He is a glorious person. So that Arjuna replies with the same glory, "I'm waiting here. I'm waiting here for you. Does a lion runs from a deer?" So here, lion is an Arjuna. Lion is Arjuna, and Karna is a deer. So will the lion run away from the deer? Tishtami Karna kim mudha. "O fool, does a lion..." So this kim is making Dugat Simha Palayate a question. So this kim attributes the question form to the Mrugat Simha Palayate. Kim mudha Mrugat Simha Palayate. So does a lion runs away from a deer? Will never run away from a deer. A lion will never run away from a deer. That means Arjuna will never be afraid of Karna in the battleground. Okay, so this was the last samasya purti. Again, we have a lot of samasyas in Sanskrit, but due to the time constraint, I had chosen these samasya and I had chosen these shloka. You may refer to a book called as Subhashita Ratna Bhandagara. Subhashita Ratna Bhandagara. This is really nice book. This is a compilation of thousands of Sanskrit verses, and it is neatly designed. It is neatly differentiated. So we have samasya purti, different things: prahelika, kuta shloka, ardha, chitra shloka, chitrakavya, different the shlokas on, or the verses padya on different themes. So you may refer to that book if you want to read more samasya. If you want more samasya puti shloka. Okay, so in chat box I'm having questions. Yes, our question answer time has started. You may ask your questions in person, I mean here live, or you may put your questions in chat box. Yes.
Tishtami Karna kim mudha Mrugat Simha Palayate. Technically, there should be a question mark at the end. Okay, I have seen it in other verses also.
Yes.
I have seen it in other verses also that the question is posed, but the question mark is not put.
Yes.
How is this liberty taken?
This is not a liberty. Technically, Sanskrit, or grammatically, Sanskrit doesn't have a punctuation mark, but the danda. So we do not have any punctuation mark in Sanskrit without danda. We use only danda. And the questions, the dialogues are conveyed through the through the whole, the whole verse.
Flow
So
of the
here
language.
just, yeah, flow of the language. So for example, if there is a dialogue, iti will be used. Iti shows that, so frequently, if iti occurs frequently, that might mean, that might show, that might suggest that this is a dialogue. Here, this kim is a prashnarthaka. This kim suggests that the question, that Mrugat Simha Palayate is getting converted into a question, into a rhetorical question. So Sanskrit doesn't need any punctuation mark, although we are using in modern literature, in modern way of writing Sanskrit, people use question marks, people use other punctuation marks. But classical Sanskrit, you won't find these punctuation marks. Okay, I'll first.
We couldn't hear you when you started the other batches on. So if you could start again on that.
Okay, Abhijit ji.
Just a continuation of this question. So if there's no question mark, then let's say I have such words like Kim or similar words. How do you distinguish between an exclamation and a question? Could you give an example?
Okay. So this is the example. Kim mudham Mrugat Simha Palayate. Again, exclamation is expressed using the words like aho, aha, are.
Okay. Got it.
Aho ashcharyam. This is Sanskrit saying. So aho ashcharyam is, oh, this is surprising.
Thanks.
These kind of words to express different sentiments. Hanta is another word for showing,
Alas.
disappointment. Alas, yeah, like alas. Any other question?
Something unconnected. Diksha. Diksha is a Srilinga noun. Is that correct?
Yes.
Karatala Bhikshas Tarutala Vasam Tadabira Munchat Ashamasha. It comes in Bhajagovinda.
Yeah.
So here, when he does the Sandhi Vichhed, he says Karatala Bhiksha. Karatala Bhiksha Tarutala Vasa. So this Bhiksha, how does it become Bhiksha?
There are two possibilities. I have learned the version where it is Karatale Bhiksha. Okay.
Yeah.
And another possibility that Bhikshaha is used. I mean, Bhiksha, word Bhiksha is used as an adjective for a male person, and then it becomes Bhikshaha. So one who begs. A male, a person who begs it can convert that word Bhiksha into Bhikshaha if it is used as an adjective.
But it is not. In this case, it's used as a noun.
No, it is used as an adjective.
Now, Karatala Bhiksha, Tarutala Vasa. Bhiksha, it could be the nominative or it could be the same. Karta or Karma. One of those.
This
Karatala Bhiksha means Bhiksha exists in the hand. Or it is being held in the hand. It could be this way or that way. I'm not understanding the way.
No, if it is Bhiksha, then it can mean that the Bhiksha, the begging is in the hand. But if it is Bhikshaha, it will necessarily mean one who is begging all around, one who is sleeping under the tree, Tarutala Vasaha, and furthermore. So that one who is the karta in this sentence, and all others are adjective of that one who.
So the equivalent of Bhikshu.
Yes.
Continue with the word
Okay, I'll think about it.
so that has Trishuda, but that entity is not a Shankara.
Yes,
Another interpretation could be the thing that you get in the bhiksha, that could be the bhiksha.
No, that
cannot be.
But
That will be bhiksha only.
Not Vishnu.
Okay. If you have any questions regarding today's session or regarding yesterday's session, you may ask.
This entity is the Pandit.
Okay, I think Rahul.
Do we have any homework?
Okay, we haven't planned any homework for this workshop because this is a really basic workshop. So we were not thinking of any homework.
This is not a class,
Rahul?
man. This is a workshop.
Yeah.
Workshop, there is no homework.
So in Sanskrit we have
Only class you will have homework. The homework is she has given the book, we can go and read it.
Right.
I think that
I
is
was
the
just
homework.
wondering if we should try to compose some solutions to whatever
Yeah, that's very
samasya
good.
we had today.
Yeah, that's very good. But except probably you and one or two, we cannot compose in Sanskrit. We are not that proficient.
I'm not proficient either. I'm just going to try, but
Yeah, but you can at least try. You know, we haven't even come up to that level, I think.
Okay. So we can stop here for today. We'll see you in the next week, next Saturday. Is Rahul here?
Yes, I'm here.
just wanted to say it's a beautiful, beautiful class. I'm enjoying every minute. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, I will be sending the recording of this session till tomorrow morning or maybe late night today, and we will meet again on Saturday, 7:30 p.m. in the evening, India time. Thank you very much, everyone.
धन्यवादः धन्यवादः पुनर्मिलामः
धन्यवादः पुनर्मिलामः